Welcome to my tent, Hamilcar. You who so often led us to victory.
Hello, Mathau, brave among braves. And hello, Arthurite, Nar-Havas, and all of my fellow comrades in arms.
I am pleased to see you, Hamilcar. To strengthen the ties that bind us, I've ordered a banquet prepared in your honor.
Before celebrating, let's settle the matter that brings us here. There are, among your men, a few lost souls that resemble savage beasts. They've been found guilty of attacking and stealing from Senator Hannon, Treasurer of the Republic. I've come here to obtain justice from you.
Yes, the men can be excused. The Republic waited too long before paying us.
You waited a long time, it's true, but the war was costly for us. Despite that, we found the necessary money. So why is it that your anger broke at the very moment when the Treasurer began paying you what was owed? That makes no sense. Only certain Gauls got their money. All of the other mercenaries are still waiting. It is imperative that they be paid quickly. A point needs to be made clear. The Republic no longer owes you anything. There was enough money in the stolen booty to pay all of you. Identify the guilty parties and find the treasure, for it's effectively your money. How's that? Everything must be done to capture the thieves.
Hannon was in charge of the treasure. If he lost it, why should we be responsible?
Nothing says the robber was a mercenary. It could just as easily have been a Carthaginian member of the Treasurer's escort. Then you refuse to search your camp for the guilty parties? Matho, will you betray my friendship by sending me back without complying with my request?
I wish for us to remain friends, Hamilcar, but this situation is a confusing one, and it seems hard to make a fair decision.
One thing is clear. The Republic must continue to pay. Otherwise, I am not sure how we can hold back our men.
I will transmit your answer to Carthage. The Senate will likely have a bad reaction, and I fear that war may erupt. A war that may prove very bad for everyone.
With his careful words, Spendius has sown the seeds of war. Hamilcar returns to Carthage without having obtained anything. After his departure, a heavy silence descends on the council tent. The chiefs look at each other questioningly, some of them already regretting the words that were said. They think of Carthage's antiquities and its glorious past. Would they really dare go to battle against the city? Or will they call Hamilcar back to resume negotiations? Once again, all depends on Spendius's silver tongue.
Woe is me. Hamilcar was furious when he left, and I have lost his regard. How will I now be able to marry his daughter?
Forget this woman, Matho. It's time for action. Carthage has mocked us. We must let our weapons speak for us.
Let's stop and think for a minute. It seems foolish to attack the city. Carthage has pushed back a good number of armies during the course of its history. For now, these vertiginous possibilities are blocked by solid ramparts. Don't underestimate the Carthaginians. They still have enough resources left to hold us in check.
I fought rather well against the Romans, but would I be able to wield the sword against Salammbo's homeland? With each blow, I would feel as though it were her I was hurting. I don't give a whit about Carthage. Its treasures and provinces incite me less than do Salammbo's lips and the curve of her shoulders.
If we lay siege to the city, we risk being taken by surprise. The backcountry submits to Carthage's will, and the coastal cities are its allies.
What nonsense! With such thoughts, we will lead our army to a massacre! Nobody will revolt against the Carthaginians as long as they hold the Zainth. It is a sacred veil, given them by the goddess Tanith at the beginning of time. A prophecy says that this relic makes their city safe from invading forces. He who defies the unknown is but stupid. The history of the world is filled with ambitious men killed because they defied the gods or ignored omens.
It's a crazy escapade, one for which there will be no takers. Let's stop dreaming and see if we can resume negotiations with Carthage.
Now that's nice to hear. Hooray for Spendius! Bring us the Veil of Tanith, and Carthage will be supine at our feet.
The die has been cast. To convince the mercenaries to declare war, Spendius has accepted a dangerous mission. Returning to Carthage to bring back the Zainth, sacred veil of the goddess Tanith. Matho draws Spendius back to confide in him. When you arrive in the city, speak to Salammbo. Tell her that events are forcing me to wage war on her birthplace. I've lost all chance of marrying her with her father's consent. But no matter. What I cannot have otherwise, I will get by force.
Spendius, when you see Salammbo, tell her that I love her. Her eyes are burned in my memory. I hear her voice. I feel as though she resides in my spirit. I've consulted the army's soothsayers, those who observe the march of serpents, those who read the trajectory of the stars, those who blow on the ashes of the dead. All have told me that your path would cross that of Salammbo, whether you are seeking her out or not.
Greetings, Spendius. Rumor has it that you've got links to the Council and that the chiefs are your friends. Bravo, you've made your way up since your arrival at camp.
No one enters the city! Keep your distance!
That's unfortunate, but you must keep your word. We will not accept any avoidance of your duty. That's not my problem. Take this bow, made in the manner of my country. It's a good weapon for killing sentinels from a distance and without making any noise.
This road leads to the mountains and backcountry. I'm sorry, Spendius, but that's impossible. If something were to happen to the animal, I'd be held responsible.
Believe me, Spendius, when I say that I did you a favor by taking the treasure. Being poor stimulates courage and initiative. I guess you'll have to scale the walls or knock down doors. Nothing that should be too difficult for a thief such as yourself. Here's an iron bar and crampons for climbing. My poor Spendius, what would you do without me?
You're approaching the village of the Eaters of Vile Things. Because we believe that any flesh is to be eaten. We are pariahs. Carthage has rejected us, and we've come to live here in the shadows of the waterworks. We have nothing against them. On the other hand, we hate the Carthaginians. No, unless... Might you know how to capture pigs? All right then, you can enter. But make sure you don't disappoint us.
We are hungry, stranger. Kill 3 pigs with your arrows, so that we might eat. But beware, if you hurt any one of us, you will be the one skewered. When we're hungry, we have no fear. Not of the mercenaries, nor of the Carthaginians. Our stomachs will be pleasantly full. Let the feast begin. I've never really given it any thought. My people stay away from this city where we are stoned and insulted. Those are the waterworks that supply Carthage's fountains. It's hard. The surface is smooth and hard as metal. However, go back on your steps, turn left, and walk to the base of the structure. You'll see against the wall a giant ivy that will grant purchase to crampons. Yes, but the noise of our feast will distract the gods.
Greetings, O Spendius, skilled archer and killer of pigs.
Spendius manages to enter Carthage by the waterworks supplying the city. He emerges from the reservoirs by a supply grill dug into the middle of a cliff. The night is warm. The scent of spices, tar, and dried algae emerges from the sleeping city. No one in sight. A cat-like leap, and our thief is in the streets of Carthage.